Second Nature for Children is in the house. Coach, how you doing, my man?
I'm great, man. I'm great. A little shaky, but I'll be all right. I'll be all
Okay, okay. Good. We get through this and you go handle some business. I just want to make sure uh, that we give the folks a great show tonight, like we always do. And that last taping that we did last Sunday, it was
right.
moving through the algorithm real good. It just picked up and started moving. And let me tell you something, family. It's going to take us to move this content through the algorithm, and that's by subscribing. Make sure you go and tell at least 5 to 10 other people to subscribe to the channel because we're trying to bring a betterment to the Black community. This is not where you go get your entertainment to the point where there's no action required and you're just getting gossip and being entertained. This is a do something channel, and we need to try to take advantage of it as much as possible. So make sure that you subscribe. That thumbs up, that like button, man, it should be shooting through the roof. Every time you look at the video, you should be hitting that like. So hit that like. And if you don't like the content, there's a comment section. Let me know where either coach or myself have said anything that you don't like, or just share with me what you don't like. Because I'm bringing the truth. I'm not talking to you about opinions, debating with you. I'm bringing facts. So if it's anything, especially that I've said that you don't agree with, don't come to me with your feelings and emotions. I have no problem if you bring me proof that when I tell you that something is a fact, then just bring me proof. And I would definitely take a look at it and even have you to come on the show if you would like to. I have no problem with it. And make sure that you share this information, like I said a little earlier, to make sure that our people are getting this information. We got to make sure that we take advantage of this channel and be innovative because this is definitely going to be something new for the as bringing like-minded people together so that we can move forward as a people, as a group. And so once again, Facebook family, I know I put this over on Facebook and I know I'm getting likes and shares and things over on Facebook, but Facebook family, I need you to go over to YouTube as well and make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, and make sure you like over on YouTube as well. So let's do this thing right here, coach. I want to talk to you about hmm, most blacks struggle with this. Most blacks struggle with this problem. Slow down, family, because I want you to get this. And I pose this question right here. Are you your own worst enemy? I want you to think about that. Are you your own worst enemy? An enemy is a person or group that hates and tries to harm another. So by me asking you as an individual, are you your worst enemy, your own worst enemy? Are you that person that hates and try to harm yourself? I just want you to think about it. An opposing person, do you oppose yourself? Are you against yourself? Are you in the way of yourself making progress and moving forward in life? Do you fight against yourself? What is your struggle? Do you struggle against yourself? Are you the one that's hindering yourself? I want you to think about that. Now, I want you to rock with me just for a minute or so because we got to send this viral because our people need this right here. Because I've been seeing this in the Black community basically all my life. And it's time for us to address it. And it's time right now. So I ask you this question. What is your vice? What is your vice? I want you to rock with me just for a minute. What is your vice? What habit that you have that's causing you to self-destruct? Mm. I want you to think about this right here. Say if you were standing with your back to a mirror, that means the mirror is behind you. Rock with me 1 second. And you had vices lined up in front of you. Alcohol is on the table. Drugs is on the table. You're looking at these things. Something that you may be struggling with. Food is on the table. Cheating is on the table. The love of money until it calls you to do anything. That's a vice a lot of us have. Bad decisions, poor choice making, lying, no principles. And whatever is minimal vices because we all have something that we all have to struggle and deal with. So I just want you to take 1 second and I want you to just put all of these vices in front of you. And I want you to be able to just look at what do you think and be honest with yourself. That's a problem that we have, that we're not honest with ourselves. And you can only fix what you, how would I put it? Admit that you have a problem at. You're looking at devices and you're picking out, I got a drug problem. I got an alcohol problem. I got this problem. Which one of these is my number one problem? Which one of these? And mind you that the mirror is behind you and your vices are in front of you and you're looking at them. And whatever it is that you struggle with, being conscious or unconscious of it, you're looking at devices. You're picking them out. Or either you're lying to yourself. You know you got a drinking problem. You know drugs is your issue. You know the love of money that'll cause you to do anything. You know you're making bad decisions. These vices. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to turn around and look in the mirror. Now those vices are behind you because now you're turning and you're looking in the mirror and your vices, once again, they're behind you. And what's the first thing you see? Is you. You may be your worst enemy. It's you. You're the first thing you see when you look in that mirror. You're not listening. You may be your worst enemy. You're not seeking help. You may be your worst enemy. Family, it's you. You in that toxic relationship. It's you, family. You may be your worst enemy. You may be the one that's showing yourself that you hate yourself and that you're willing to harm yourself. It's you, family. And if you're in a toxic relationship and there is no trust in that relationship, then you have nothing. Even your relationship with yourself. If there's no good connection with you within yourself, you may just be your worst enemy. I definitely want you to think about that. Make sure you subscribe, share this information, hit that like button. You got to get this one right here because over the last close to 40 years, I've been watching us self-destruct as a people. And we, a lot of times, we're very selfish. We may put it off on somebody else, or we may say this, or we may say that. I just want you to sit down and think for a second. It may just be you. You may be your worst enemy. If you're overweight and obese when we're dealing with the body, because we deal with the body, the mind, the soul, that's on you. If you're making bad decisions and you stand in a bad relationship and you're making bad choices, that's on you. if you're not applying the principles to change your life, to make that difference, family, that's on you. No more excuses. If you're not where you want to be in life, that's on you. We got to address this tonight. You may just be your worst enemy. I'm getting ready to let you go in, coach. I want to share this right here. It's you not growing as an individual. And always remember this, and I'm going to let coach go in. Anytime something supposed to grow or mature and it does not, it will always be a problem with that thing. I hope you got that, because I'm a problem solver. So I'm coming to solve problems. And a lot of us been wondering, damn, what's going on in my life? I just want you to think about it. You may not be growing or maturing. And if you do not grow or mature, because you're supposed to grow, you're supposed to mature, whether you do it or not would be your detriment. Because anything that's supposed to grow, that's not growing or maturing, I will say it again, you will always have a problem dealing with stress, depression, obesity. You're spiritually disconnected. Now in 2024, we are not a spiritual people. That was Big Mama them way back then, where they called on that someone to help them through the rough times that they was going through. We have no spiritual connection. Most of us does not. And why you say that? I can tell how we living. I can tell our actions. It shows that we're not spiritual. It only shows that we are a religious type of people. We just follow a writing from man. So I just want you to think about that before I let Coach jump in here. Are you your own worst enemy? One of the biggest problems that we have as a people, that once again, we're growing in the flesh because we're getting older, but we're not maturing spiritually. That's one of the biggest problems we're having. And it's causing us to self-destruct. It's causing us to be our own worst enemy. And until we have become, how could I put it, to make sure we get it, we have become so set in our ways to can't no one help us but you. But you won't change, because a lot of times you don't see anything wrong. And whether you know it or not, I just want you to think about it. You may be your own worst enemy. What you think about that, Coach?
I think that'll cause a lot of people to do some reflecting, self-reflection, if they're not already doing that. First off, you said about if something's supposed to mature, right?
Absolutely.
And it does not, what's the end result? I will even add flow. If something's supposed to flow and it does not, and what comes to mind, blood, water, got to keep moving. If it's stagnant, it's no good. Just like us as human beings, if we stagnant, we no good to ourselves, not good to anyone around us. Choice, man. No, let's start with the truth. You got to be honest with yourself. And I know several times we talk about it in different episodes. you got to be honest with yourself, you know. And I know being honest with yourself, that means you have to change. And it could affect you with whoever you're dealing with, the people around you, whatever, be it significant other, whatever. You know what I mean? Whoever you're married to or seeing, what have you. Even a business relationship, it's gonna change. And I know there's a fear of the unknown. Fear that once you, the individual, change, what's gonna happen? What's gonna be the repercussions? You know what I mean? Would they be able to, would that individual be able to handle that? You know? It's like we talk about before, with people in a situation that they're dealing with because they really can do better. But if you can do better now, that does not mean you can do better later. You know, as long as you in that situation, you can keep telling yourself, that's the best I can do. You know, so you want to make that change before that change is made for you. You know what I mean? If that situation changed beyond your control, you still got to make a move. So why not do it on your own in terms of being honest with yourself, you know, make that change and hey, let the chips fall where they may. Can it be worse than where you are right now? And that could cover the whole gamut of what you're talking about. Can it be worse than what you're going through right now as an individual? You know, whether it's, you know, addiction, whether it's people you're dealing with, toxic, what have you. Can it be worse? You know, you wouldn't know until you make that change. And I know it's scary, man. The unknown is scary, but what is even more scary is you not even making an effort to see how the outcome is going to be. I remember years ago a guy saying in the gym, if I knew I would have lived this long, I'd have made better decisions, I'd have made better choices. And I could never forget that. Grown man saying that, man. If he knew he was going to live this long, he'd make better decisions. You don't want to be in that position. You don't want to be in that position, man. So be honest with yourself. Look at the things or the people that either, and including yourself now, that are stunting your growth, that are stopping your progress, and do what you can, man, to move them or those things out the way. Because until that point, you will never see what's really out there for you. You know, you can be blocking your own blessings, man. And I know it's a tough pill to swallow, man. A lot of people can't stand being by themselves, you know. And a lot of times you just got to get away from everything, everyone, and just have that conversation with you. You know, block out all the noise, put the phone down, whatever, just have a conversation. And just devise a plan, man. You know, inch by inch is a cinch. You don't got to do it all at one time, man. But make that effort to say, look, man, I'm tired of this. I got to do something better. I'm going to start here, then I'm going to do this. You know, that's what you got to do, you know. But it's a lot for individuals to deal with. Like I said, that fear of the unknown, that fear of the unknown, man. So.
Well, I put it to you like this here, Coach, definitely from you saying that, and I've spoke on it on different videos. There's my email address right there, snfchildren@gmail.com. I'm looking for us who's ready to make that change, who's struggling, that fear factor have them. They know they dealing with whatever in the physical that's bothering them, that they need help with, whatever their mental state, where they need to come in so we can talk and chop it up, whatever spiritually they're going through. That's what we are about. Bringing doers together, time to get action going. And we got to stop being where I don't want no one to know. I don't want nobody to know I'm struggling with this or struggling with that. I'm not gonna call your kin folks and all of this and that. We just need to come together. If you really want help and you need someone to talk to, because coming up a lot of times, especially in the Black community, we deal with so much trauma from our past, and we never went anywhere and laid on that couch and had no one to talk to. And now we have carried it into adulthood. And when we look at our lives, a lot of times we don't realize that a lot of it happened in our past and we're struggling with it today. We're struggling with it today. So this channel is not the channel where you're going to come on and we're going to be talking about everybody else's business, gossiping. I mean, you can go out there, because I go out there and observe to see what's going on, to see where my people are. And man, you go out there and literally you'll see channels out there that has 6-figure subscribers, uh, 6-figure views. I just want you to see what's going on and watch this right here. None of them are helping you take your life to another level. I just want you to see where we are. And so you can understand why we're in the bind that we're in, because look at where our focus is at. Our focus is simply, I've done the one on Blacks being addicted to gossip. We somewhere just listening to a lot of gossip. Think about this right here. You send somewhere just want to be entertained. Now listen, I don't care nothing about your entertainment. Go be entertained. But what we have to make sure that we do is prioritize things. Make sure you good. Make sure your family good. Start looking out into the community to help. Get your entertainment. I always want you to enjoy yourself. But the problem I see that we are having is that we're getting too much entertainment and we're not taking care of ourselves. To me, it makes no sense if I'm overweight and obese and I'm conscious of eventually my body breaking down, but I'm so into watching YouTube channels and TikTok and this and that, and I'm not taking care of myself. Something is wrong. Depression and stress is killing the Black community, and we're not getting help. Something is wrong. Spiritually disconnected is killing us in the Black community, and something is wrong. And it's time for us to be innovative, meaning it's time for us to start something new where we come together and begin to help each other in these areas. Listen, no one has asked you for 1 penny. Well, you see that cash out right there for SNF children? That's for our organization for the youth. And you need to go to our website, check out the work we're doing with the youth. And then if you would like to help our youth organization, then you cash out. That's on you. But if you don't, we're going to keep grinding anyway. This channel here is for people who want to do better in their lives, who want to help the youth. Because believe me, our children are in trouble. But I'm not surprised, because the adults are in trouble. So how we're going to help our children if we don't first learn to help ourselves? Our families are in trouble. I'm not going to reach out to all of my family members, but I put it out here right now. If any of my family members see me out here and need my help, there's my email address. And if you got my phone number, you know where I'm at. Let's work together. Let's come together. Let's build, because life is precious. And as we're getting older, man, we getting up out of here quick. So it's time for us to come together. It's time for us to do something new. It's time for us to do something different. And we got this platform to do it. This platform is not designed to do what we're doing. That's why you see everybody else on top, because they're playing right into what the platform is for. I got no problem with it. But then I'm trying to squeeze in to help us as a people. And the algorithm really don't care about the content that I'm putting out. See, I've studied that. So it takes us as a people. everyone that's clicking on right now, you should either leave a short comment, you should hit the thumbs up, you should make sure you subscribe, and you should share it to make sure 5 or 10 other people. Let's build that channel because this person, coach, this channel, they're trying to help the Black community. And if we've said anything wrong, there's the comment section, there's the email address. Let's get it, coach.
It's easy to deal with a lie than to deal with the truth. Man. If you deal with the lie, you ain't got to change. If you deal with the truth, you got to make some adjustment, because if you don't, you drive yourself crazy, knowing that you know the truth. So people going where they're going, reaching for what they're reaching for, that's low-hanging fruit. You really got to do no whole lot of work. You know, but the work comes, and we talking about the work on yourself, comes when you reaching for substance, you know, because you evolving, you want to evolve, you're trying to do better, you know. So that's the way I see that. Another thing, man, it's more than entertainment. Because I really believe whatever you take in, it can change your perception on things. It can even make you make certain decisions without even you realizing it. It's shaping the way you think, the way you see certain things. So you gotta be careful who you're listening to, what you're looking at, what you're reading. You got to be careful, you know. And that's real, man. So if you're a person who just want to evolve, there's certain things you're gonna look at. This is like we said, second nature to you. You're always looking for something to improve you. Whether it's relationship-wise, improve you, whether it's business-wise, you know, whether it's a new, more knowledge, you know, a new skill set, you know, whatever. Might be just a new destination. You know, you will always be looking for those things, you know. And no one can make you do that. That's on you. So the people are going where they're going, I mean, because it's easy to do. They ain't got to think about it. They ain't got to think about it. And if that's, you know, that's their draw, then hey, it tells you that that's their draw. I mean, actions speak louder than words, man.
Well,
You know.
by you saying that, that's definitely one of the things that we are dealing with in the Black community is taking action that comes with a responsibility. And we definitely, from what I'm seeing, we don't want to, you know, take that responsibility. It's real simple. We don't want to change. And I'm going to keep saying the same things that I'm saying, whether I kind of put it in another way or bring it to you another way. Here, it's still going to be the same because it's time for us to take action. I don't see us taking action yet. See, when you go on the other channels and get your entertainment, they're not asking for you to do anything to better yourself. So you never get to better yourself. You just enjoyed something and then you just move on. Here, we're asking for a change. And that's one of the biggest problems that we're having. And I want to holler at the parents just for a second. Parents, if you have, especially your small children, and I just had this conversation, and I've been having it so many times, but I got to share this right here so our parents can get this right here. Your children going to school, so we're going to take from birth all the way until they graduate out of high school. It's two main things. You could share with them whatever you want to share with them. You could teach them whatever you want to teach them. But let me tell you some parents. I've been working with kids over 3 decades. It's two main things you should always be working with your children on. Number one, making sure that they go to school and get their work. Making sure, parents, that's your off seed, you're responsible to make sure that your child is learning. It's your responsibility. I know you send them off to school, okay? But then when they come home or when you get that time to spend with them, make sure that you take the time to make sure that your child is learning. Talk to them about their schoolwork. What did you learn today? Make sure their report card is up to date. Make sure their conduct is up to date. Parents, the number one thing you should do, make sure that your child is going to school and learning, doing the right thing, and that their conduct is good. Make sure that your child is not going to school running with those so-called fools because that's the way they're acting. Because if your child is going to school acting a fool, then they should have the fear from you acting a fool on them. Please, parents, raise your children. Number one, make sure that they're going to school and they're learning. Number two, make sure that you always talk to your children about their future. Now, if they know what they want to be, now they must be working on it. So see, now you got to understand if they don't get good grades, you got something to have a reference to how you're going to have these bad grades. And you just told me this is what you want to be, or this what you want to do in life. You got to get it together. If your conduct is not on par, hey, you told me you want to be this or you want to be that. So now how you going to do this or do that? So you got to have something to hold them accountable. So make sure you always talk to your children about their future so they can have something that you can hold accountable for their actions and their schoolwork and their conduct. And if they don't know what they want to be, you sure enough got them now because they sure enough can't be acting a fool at school or not getting good grades because you got to be focused on what is it you want to be, what you want to do. So parents, please, two things. Make sure they're going to school to learn and make sure you always talking to them about their future. You got them. If you work on those two things, parents, I guarantee you, you got them. Coach, you want to share anything? We got 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
I'm just saying, so you holding these parents accountable now?
Ain't that something?
Just imagine it. I mean, this thing about, put all jokes aside, man, just imagine if half, 50% of the parents were accountable. 50% of the parents were accountable, doing what you just talking about right now. That means the kids hanging around those children will have to tighten up because those children will want to deal with them. You see how that whole wave could change? But you got too many kids acting like knuckleheads, you know, and it seems like they're being rewarded for being knuckleheads.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You got adults acting like knuckleheads, seem like they're being rewarded. So, hey, the best way to, the example is shown to be, don't have no morals, no scruples. I mean, look at that Dallas. No morals, no scruples, you're still gonna be all right, you know. But I mean, if they do exactly what you said right there, man, it can be a shift.
Mm-hmm.
If it's done, but hey, we know, man. We know how it is. But as always, man, no one can convince you to pursue the best version of yourself. That's something come from you, man. And I hope whoever listen, whoever tap in, they're already on that path. And if they're not, they're starting, man, trying to be the best version of themselves. You know, that's nobody else's business. That's between you and you. And you don't have to broadcast it. You just say, okay, from today or whatever, I got to do better in this area. I got to do better than this. It's benefiting you. So why would you not want to be the best version of yourself when it's benefiting you first and foremost? I mean, it sounds simple to me, but like I said, that fear factor, man, because you got to be honest with yourself, you know. especially being living a lie so long. The lie almost sounds like the truth to you, you know. That's where we are now, man. Do we even have any borders anymore in terms of, morals and scruples and ethics? Do we? I mean, it seems like everything is diminished. You know, everything is flipped. The right look wrong, the wrong look right, the bad look good, the good look bad. That's where we are, man. That's a dangerous spot to be in. And like I said, the kids, what example do they see? You got so-called established individuals, so-called celebrities going back and forth. Man, come on. Grown men and grown women don't do that. You meet them probably say, you say, hand it how you want, and that's it. What were we doing? Is this a theater? Are they acting because they know people are going to tune in, like you said? Or this for real, you know? But do your best to be your best, man. That's it. Do your best to be your best. And there, I was guaranteed your life would change. Do your best to be your best. You can't tell me your life is not going to change, man. There's no way you tell me your life can't change on that. You benefiting first and foremost. Then whoever's around you, what have you. Society benefits, We all benefit as a unit, so do your best to be your best, man.
All right, coach. I'm gonna leave that right there. If they get that right there by itself, if they get that right there by itself, it'll help change their life. If they just do their best to be their best, that right there will help change their lives. So I'm gonna leave it right there, coach. And then until the next time you and I come together, take care of yourself.
You do the same, man. Peace.
Yes, sir.